The Greatsword scales off 80% strength and 80% dexterity, but within the attribute tree we get passives that can boost the damage. So in this New World video, we'll be testing how to do the most amount of damage with the Greatsword. For this damage test, I allocated 300 points towards damage, since I feel like having 200 points left for con is a super important thing for melee builds. First we'll be testing 300 strength versus 300 dexterity, and then we'll start mixing the stats. I'll be testing auto attack damage and backstab damage. It's important to note that this is backstab damage and not crit damage, since in the dexterity tree we get a boost to backstab damage. For this test, strength came out on top. Strength and dexterity both have passives in their trees where we can do more damage to slowed targets. At 200 strength you'll gain about 10% more damage to crowd controlled targets, and at 250 dexterity you'll gain an extra 10% critical hit damage to CC'd targets. Both of these I did not test, but it's just something to note since you can put slows on enemies with the Greatsword. Overall, strength is still better at damage. At 50 and 100 attribute points, you get about a 15% extra damage boost. This is why it's better than dexterity. Now let's move on to mixing the attribute points. For this test, I'm just going to show you all the tests and then break down the base strength and dexterity combination. If you're interested in doing the most amount of raw damage with the Greatsword, then mixing 150 strength with 150 dex is the best way to go. You'll gain all the important passives and your dodge will cost 10 less stamina. If you just want the most amount of backstab damage, then 100 strength and 200 dexterity is the best. This is probably not the best for PvP, but might be the best way to go for PvE, since mobs don't have resilient and you most likely hit them in the back if your tank holds aggro. If you're looking for a great Greatsword drop, then you can watch this video where I go over some of the base drops in New World for the Greatsword.